let's start with WSA. So today we are just having an introduction class. Your sessions will be recorded. It will be uploaded to Google Drive. I'll be sharing all the videos with you, plus soft copy of the, like the materials that I'll be using. You'll get those soft material, soft copy of the lab guide or the, the theoretical thing, whatever I'll be using. So you'll receive those updates. Now, this particular WSA module will take around 3 weeks. It will take around 3 weeks to complete. Okay. We'll have a classes 4 days a week, Monday to Thursday. Okay. So these are the 4 days. Generally, our classes will happen from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And you guys need to do practical. For practical, if you guys need a lab access, I'll assign a lab guy. Okay. I'll put the lab guy in a group. Already lab guys are in a group. You need to connect to a group. So guys, I'm sharing my WhatsApp number with you. Please check my WhatsApp number. Text me. Just type your name. Type the module that you want to connect or the timing of the class, like 8 p.m. Okay. And send me, text me, so that I can send you a link to join a group. Tell me guys, are you aware of this CCIE security certifications? If yes, then I'll not deal with those certification part. If no, then I'll deal with the certification part. Tell me, new guys, are you aware of those certification parts? Rupa, how about you? Other guys? Tasnik, tell me, how about you? Okay, fine. So I'll give you the introduction on whatever we are going to cover in a security. Okay. This WSA will cover tomorrow, not today. Tomorrow onwards we'll start a WSA. The first thing today I'll tell you is about the certification. See, right now, the total certifications that we have at the associate level is DevNet Associate. After that, we have a CCNA, routing and switching, or the enterprise, you can say, and cyber ops, CCNA cyber ops. These are only the 3 associate level of certifications now. Earlier, there were multiple associate level certifications. Okay. One more thing, guys. If you feel anywhere that you haven't understood or you want me to repeat, please stop me anytime. Feel free to stop me anytime. Okay. If you have any doubts, stop me that time only. I'll tell you, okay, I'll deal after some time or immediately I'll deal, can be anything. Okay. So don't hesitate to ask any questions. No matter it's right or wrong, please ask me your questions. Okay. At the associate level, currently we have 3 certifications. And these 3 certifications are not mandatory for NP level certifications. Now, let's say someone wants to become as a professional, right? Someone wants to do a certification for the professional level. So is an associate level mandatory to do a global certification? In a version 6, it's no, not mandatory. Currently, you guys are in version 5. Sorry, you are currently in a version 6. Guys, I'm not using a digital slate. So my writing, I'm writing with my laptop. So it might not be so smooth. So please don't mind. So here, currently we are in a version 6. Okay. In a version 6, the certifications has been completely changed. Okay, the number of certifications has been decreased, but the modules has increased. How the modules has increased, that we'll discuss. Earlier, the CCNA was prerequisite. It was prerequisite to do any other professional level of certification. For professional level, this was most important and it was mandatory to do a certification. Without CCNA, earlier in a V5, earlier without CCNA certification, you could not go to any NP level certifications. But now it's not like that. See, let me write a V5 design. Like we have a V5. In a version 5, we had earlier CCNA. Then if you want to go for security track, then there was a CCNA security. Then there was CCNP security. In CCNP security, total 4 papers were there. 4 papers. In CCNA, there was 1 paper. And in CCNA security, there was 1 paper. CCNP security, there were 4 papers. Right. And then we had a CCIE written exam. And then a CCIE security lab examination. Okay. So in version 5, there were 2 different ways of doing a certification. First of all, you do a CCNA. If you want to do a CCNA security, CCNA was mandatory. So 2 certifications here. Now, if you want to be called as a CCNP security, then again you had to do 4 certifications. And all these 2 certifications were mandatory. Means 4 plus 2, total 6 certifications to reach at the NP label. Or else, if you guys wanted to write directly a CCI security lab, then there was no other prerequisites. You could directly write a written examination and go for a lab examination. This was a method of writing a CCI security track in a version 5. Okay. Now let me tell you about version 6. In a version 6, things have changed. In a version 6, very first thing, if I want to go for NP level security, I don't have CCNA or CCNA security prerequisites. No certifications prerequisite. To be a NP level certified, total 2 certifications you have to do. Only 2 certifications. There is no CCIE written. Okay. So this CCNP certification, which I told you, you have a 2 certifications only. This is actually a combination of core exam, S-core. S-core means it's a core examination of the security. Okay. 1 core you have to do plus 1 concentration exam. 1 concentration examination you have to do. So any one of the concentration examination. What is concentration examination? I'll tell you. In CCNP security, if you guys are coming like this, CCNA and to CCNP security, in a version 6, currently in a version 6, in a CCNP security, you have these many papers. See here. Can you guys see here? Concentration examination, right? This concentration examination starts with the examination code 300, 710, 715, 20, 25, 30, 35. So how many concentration examinations you have, guys? Total 6 concentration examinations you have. These are the concentration examinations, right? And you can see one exam is written here as a core exam, 350-701. This is S core. Now, all the tracks has a core exam. In security, we call it as a S core. For enterprise, they call it as a EN core. Like that, all the tracks has its core examination. And this core examination has a special name. This core exam is called as a specialist examination. You can see these are the type of certifications. Entry level, not that's not basically counted. We don't do. Either we go with the associate label. Associate label means we go with CCNA label. Now CCNA is not mandatory. Now what we have? We have a specialist examination. See, before professional, you have a specialist examination. What is this specialist examination and what is this professional examination? You have to understand these two things. Let's get a clear picture on it. I told you to be a CCNP security professional, right? In a version 6, you have to do two examinations, core exam and one concentration examination. It means what? Here, if you see, you have one separate examination, 350-701, which is called as a core exam, security core technologies, right? If you guys do this certification, only this certification, you are not doing any other certifications. If you have done only this certification, you will be called as a specialist. Okay, you will be called as a specialist. Cisco security specialist certification you will be done. Guys, are you getting my point, what I'm saying? If I do only this certification directly without any associate level of certifications, I can directly come to this certification. There is no CCNA security now. After CCNA, you can directly come to CCNP security, and for that we don't have any prerequisites. Okay, if I want to write a core examination, you can directly write a core exam. Okay, and this core certification, if you have done, you will be called as a Cisco security specialist, or you can say Cisco specialist for a, specialist for a security track if you do this exam. So I hope you guys understood what is a specialist examination. I can write a single exam that will be called as a specialist examination. And why I need to do this specialist examination? This is mandatory. Why? Because it has two meanings. Along with this core exam, if I do any one of these certification, out of these 6 certifications, any one if I do, okay, it means core plus any one of these certification. Let's say I did this firewall one. Okay, now you are called as a professional. You are no more a specialist. You are a specialist plus you are a professional also. Okay, so to be a professional, you need to have one core and you need to have any one of the concentration examination. That's why I have written here 2 certifications. So now just understand, guys, earlier to be a professional level of the CCI, to be a professional level of security engineer, earlier you had to write 6 examinations, but now you have to write only 2 examinations, right? Here total 1, 2, right, and 4 plus you have like 6 exams. But now how many modules are there in security itself? At the professional level, total you have 7 certifications, right? I mean, like 7 modules, you can say we have a 7 modules over here. So compared to module, if you see in a version 6, we have total 7 modules, right? Total 7 modules we have. But out of 7 modules, how many papers we need to write? Only 2 papers, in which one core is mandatory, and out of concentration, any one of you can choose, right? So compared to version 5, the number of certification has been decreased, but the number of modules has increased. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of S core core examination, when you do a specialist certification, what what is the advantage? Now you see, if you have done a written examination, I mean, like if you have done the core examination or a specialist certification, but you haven't done the concentration, still you are eligible for writing a CCI security lab examination. Earlier we used to have a CCI written examination, right? Now there is no CCI written. Now here you can assume core exam is like a CCI written examination. Compared to version 5, here we had a CCI written examination. In a version 6, we call it as a core examination. Okay, so core does two things. Core plus any concentration examination becomes a professional, or if you do only a core exam and if you want to go for a CCI security lab exam, even you are eligible. Okay, so you can assume this core exam is like a gateway to your CCI security lab examination. Earlier, CCI written examination was a gateway, but now core examination is a gateway. And the major difference is with the validity. Earlier, my CCI security written examination was valid only for 18 months, but now my CCI security, sorry, now my core examination or the specialist examination is valid for 3 years. It means every after 3 years, technology is going to change. Already technology changed for a version 6 in 2020. Okay, it was in February. Okay, it was in February, but later on they had extended the time. It was around May. Okay, I don't remember the exact date, but in February they had extended. The first date that they had given was a February. Okay, so I can assume, like from here 20 entire year will be, I mean, like 21 Feb will be 1 year, 22 Feb will be 2 years, right? 23 Feb will be 3 years. So like that, 3 years will be completed by 23 February itself. So by that time you can assume that in a 2023 February or March, your version 7 will get released. Okay, so by that time, or you can say before that, you guys need to complete your examination, your CCI security lab examination. Now let's say in 2021, if you guys are writing your examination, from this year, from the current date till 3 years, your S core certification will be valid. Okay, if you're doing the core examination, means it will be valid for 3 years, and within these 3 years you have to write your CCI security lab examination. Till version 5, it wasn't like this. It was like CCI written examination was valid for 18 months, and you had to write a CCI lab examination within 18 months. And this process was coming from beginning itself. So they have done the huge change with the certification validity and the numbers of certifications in a version 6 itself, because competitions has increased. Right now in a market, if you see, there is a tough condition, there is a tough competitions with the other vendors certification rates are very low compared to Cisco. They have a less certifications also. So looking at all those factors, even Cisco has reduced a number of certifications this time. Okay, so there is no more certifications like earlier we had. Now to be a professional level in a security, you have to go with the core and one concentration examination. And this core exam will also make you eligible to write a CCI security lab examination. If you don't want to be a professional, don't write this concentration examination. Write only this core exam write only this core exam, and you're eligible for the CCIE security lab examination. Within 3 years, you can write the CCIE certification of your lab. So guys, am I clear with this part? Everyone? This certification, is it clear to everyone? Especially new guys. Is it clear? Okay, two of you have replied. How about the third? Okay, fine. Now, so this was the details about your certification. Okay. Now I'll tell you about the devices details. Now, what are the devices that we are going to use in our entire CCIE security? Till CCIE security, starting from NP to I level, what are the total equipments that we are going to use? You can see we have a virtual machine. And what's a virtual machine? It's a virtual appliance. So how many virtual appliances do we have? You can see these all are the virtual appliances itself. Okay. So this virtual appliances like identity service engine, which version required according to your lab examination? 2.4. Web security appliance 9.2. Email security appliance 11.1. You have the FMC, Firepower Management Center 6.2. NGIPS 6.2. Firepower Threat Defense FTD 6.2. ASA Virtual Firewall 9.4. Service based routers means your virtual routers 15.5. 16.6. Stealth watch is a kind of SIM device, SIM device, like event manager device. You can use this particular device for the event management of your entire network. In this stealth watch, you have total 4 types of devices. In short, they have written stealth watch, but inside this stealth watch, you have stealth watch manager, flow collector, flow sensor, okay, and one more device you have. That's UDP UDP director. So total 4 types of devices under the stealth watch you guys will come to know. Under the firepower you have 3 devices, right? Under the iron pot you have 2 devices, one AAA server, right? After that ASA firewall, fire amp, after that wireless controller, DNA center, iOS route means switches, right? And we have the physical equipments required like ASA firewall with 5512 9.2 version, 5516 9.8 version, and these are few switches with the particular versions required and one access point required, okay, with this 8.3 version. And some other vendors like Windows 10, Active Directory, Windows 2016 server, Kali Linux, and AnyConnect for the remote access VPN. So these are the total requirements of your CCIE security lab examination. Okay. But don't worry, 95% of the things we can simulate on our EVNG. I'll give you images, I'll give you all the details so you guys can access it. You can use it. Okay. No need of all these physical devices, all this version supporting, I mean, like all these devices, I'll give you on the virtual platform on which you can simulate like a physical ASA firewall also you can simulate. And according to these switch versions, whatever the commands we require, I'll give you all those switches also. Only the thing what we can't simulate is like access point. We don't have a physical a kind of a access point which can be presented inside EVNG. Okay. So I have another solution for that. I'll tell you how to do. Later on, I'll tell you about all the details. Okay. Now, these are the total devices, and these are the certifications at the professional level. And then you will see these are the examination topics of CCIE security examination. Now, see what happens. in this CCIE security, whatever the topics you have, that comes under some device, right? Like here we have a ASA firewall or FTD firewall on which we have to see all these things, right? We need to see translation, or we need to see any other, the deployments. So basically what happens, the way we complete our entire, the task or entire CCIE security from NP to IE security level, a training what we complete is not like this, not based on CCIE security or not based on the CCNP security. It's not like that. What we do is, let's say we have a ICE device. So we take a ICE module, we take it as a one particular module. Now in this ICE module, whatever the topics you have related to NP and IE level, and also according to your examination perspective, whatever the topics or the labs will be required, we'll do like that. Like today we are starting with the WSA. You all are connected to attend the class of WSA, right? In this WSA, whatever the topics we have in our NP label, you can see you have a certification for a WSA. If you guys see here, can you see in the concentration examination, there is SWSA. It's a securing the web with Cisco Web Security Appliance, or WSA. It's a specific module, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover your WSA module, right? I'm going to cover your WSA module that will cover entire things from NP to IE level. It's not like I'll teach you the professional level NP and then again I'll go back to CCIE security preparation. It's not like that. What we do is our preparations will be in a different way. If I catch any one of these device from NP to IE level, will complete everything. Again, coming to firepower FMC with NGIPS, firepower FMC with threat defense, like that. Each and every devices will complete till IE level. So the total modules that we are going to cover are this. These are the total modules that we have created. So you guys need to do this. First of all, firewall, that's your ASA firewall. Then go with FTD and FMC. Then go with firepower, NGIPS and FMC. Then come to WSA, web security appliance, VPN, ICE, WLC and AP, security over routing and switching, email security appliance, automation and stealth watch. So these are the total modules that we need to know. Okay. So currently we are with WSA. Currently you guys are doing WSA. Okay. See, it's not like if you're directly starting with a WSA, then I can't understand. It's not like that. But somehow if you have a knowledge of ASA firewall, it's better. How many of you guys don't have a knowledge on ASA firewall? How many of you don't have a knowledge on ASA firewall? Text me, guys. Text me. Let me know like how many of you don't have an access, means knowledge on ASA firewall. Okay. From tomorrow, right? From tomorrow, I'm going to teach ASA firewall from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. Sorry, 12 p.m. 10 a.m. morning. Hardly it will be of 1.5 hour class. So it will be 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Can you guys attend that class? Is that possible? ASA class? Any one of you can attend? Okay, fine. But if I tell you guys to watch a video, just 3 videos I'll give, initial 3 videos, in which I'll explain how firewall works, how ASA firewall you can configure. That part only I want you to know. Is that fine? Can you go through that 3 videos initially, just to understand? Okay. So I'll give you initial 3 videos, 3 to 4 videos. Santosh, Santosh, you can attend the class, right? You are attending that class ASA morning?
No, that weekend batch has started, right? That I am attending.
Ah,
Yeah.
weekend, Amit will start.
Amit, yeah.
Amit will start. Other guys, can you attend the weekend ASA class? Is that fine? In weekend, can you attend ASA class? Or else leave it. Just attend, just go through 3 videos, what I'll be giving. Okay. That will be enough. Okay. See, I just want you to understand how ASA firewall is configured. That's it. I don't want any other things to know. Okay. Initially, if you know how to configure ASA firewall, how does it work, only that part I want you to understand, not in depth. So I'll follow, I'll share the videos with you. Please follow those videos. That's it. You can easily understand WSA. See, I could do a WSA with the router also. Without taking ASA firewall, I can take a router also and do the entire task. But still, there will be some issues because we need to show the lab with ASA firewall also. So whenever I'll configure a ASA firewall, that time if you say like I don't know what is ASA firewall, then little bit understanding problem will be there. But if I give you a drive access, right, of a ASA, and if you go through ASA firewalls like initial 2 3 classes, it will be fine for you to understand the entire part of the WSA. I hope that you guys can do, right? Okay, thank you. After the WSA, we'll see cloud web security like this. The things will go. Again, I'll start a ASA also in a evening class. It's not like if I have done WSA, then again WSA won't get repeated in this evening. It will come back. So it will come in cycle. So don't worry. Again, ASA will also come. ASA will also get repeated. So it will be completed the module wise, and it will be in a cycle itself. So you guys don't need to worry that you have started with the WSA. So how can I balance or what to do? What if you don't understand? See, understanding part is your understanding part I'll take care of. Okay. How you will understand that I'll make sure. Okay. But the thing is, the device which I'll use in my lab, I just want you to follow those 2 3 initial videos of the ASA. That's it. Rest everything is new for everyone. Okay. So no one has attended the WSA class. They don't know anything about the WSA. For them, it's a new class itself. Okay. So I'll share those 2 videos and please go through those 2 videos. From tomorrow, I'm taking those classes, which I want you to understand. So from tomorrow, I'll share those initial 2 videos. Okay. Uh, so these are the modules and the devices I already explained you guys, right? And let me tell you something about the examination pattern, how the examination pattern will be in your CCIE security lab examination. So see, this is the official part which I'm giving you. Okay. See, now CCIE security version 6, you can see CCIE security version 6 lab examination will happen in 2 parts. Module 1, module 2. It means in 2 sections. One section will be of 3 hours. They have given a name, the name as a design. Okay. In this section, you need to spend 3 hours. You'll have a scenario based question. Scenario based question means you don't have to do any configurations over here. Till your labs are not out, this is production, but this production is 95% correct. Okay. Scenario based question. See, how am I predicting? Let me tell you. In a version 5, there was 3 sections of the examination. There was a T suit, there was diagnostic, and there was config. Okay, this T-suit was of 2 hours. Diag was of 1 hour and config was of 5 hours. So total how many hours? Total how many hours, guys? 8 hours. But now the examination is not in these 3 sections. No more in a 3 sections. Now you have 2 sections, module 1, module 2. Module 2 will be, module 1 will be of 3 hours and module 2 will be of 5 hours. So total again 8 hours. Okay. Now, what is this scenario based question? In this version 5, you can see this a diag part. This a diag part which was of 1 hour. It was nothing but it was a scenario based question. It was nothing but it was a scenario based questions. So in this scenario based questions, they used to give around 10 questions, 9 to 10 questions, right? Now, this scenario based question was around 10 mark, means it was around, it was around 20 marks of the 100%. You can say it was around 20% out of the 100%. Okay. And 20% was this T suit and 60% was your configuration was of 60% of your entire 100% of the lab examination. So 60%, 20% and 20%, like that the entire examination was designed. Okay. Now they have reduced this T-suit part. In this T-suit part, we had to do some troubleshooting, some configurations we had to change. We had to do some configurations over here, right, to do our troubleshooting. Now this part has been removed. Now what we have is a kind of a diag part. Here, this a diagnostic part, they have given the name as a design, right? And here, if they have given 3 hours, means you can just imagine earlier scenario based question for 1 hour, they used to give as a 10 questions. This time for 3 hours, they might give around 30 questions or 50 questions, max to max. That's what we can assume. And that we have to solve those questions in 3 hours. Now, let's say if you have done this section in 2 hours itself, you cannot skip another 1 hour. You cannot skip it. You have to wait for 3 hours and you have to wait until complete 3 hours completed. Only after completing 3 hours, you can jump into the second module, which is configuration part. 5 hours fixed. You can see 5 hours fixed. You'll have hands-on on the CLI or the devices. Web-based items also you will get. And you can see the backward navigation will be enabled here. Now, let's say you are in a section 1, you went to the section 2, you want to come back to the section 1, you can do it. But in this section, your backward navigation is disabled. It means if you have completed question number 1 and you said next and you went to the question number 2, if you say you want to come back and re-verify my question number 1, not possible now. But in version 5, it was possible. In version 6, they have told very strictly, back navigation in this section, not possible. In module 2, it's possible. Here, the values for each question will be hidden. Here the question values will be shown. So guys, remember, this time examinations will be easier to compare to version 5, but high risk will be there. This module 2 might change often and often. It might keep changing. This particular module, might keep changing. Okay. Now let's say initially they came up with 30 questions, and that was part 1. Might be after 6 months or the 1 year, the students started passing, so they are going to change complete module 1, and that will be like a second paper. Now they can make a combination of first paper of a module 1 and module 2, or the combination of module, the second paper of module 1 and the module 2. Like that they can confuse you. So those things, technically how you have to prepare yourself, technically how will you prepare for the CCIE lab examination, what will you do with the hours that you're going to save here. Okay, how to utilize technical things, techniques, everything I'll be telling you guys in this particular section when I'll do a CCIE lab preparation. When I'll take a specific class for CCIE lab preparation, that time I'll tell you about all these techniques, how to do, what to do, how to utilize your time, right? Those things I'll tell you, don't worry. So complete the lab preparation with a solution, everything I'm going to give you. Okay, so don't worry. Is this understood to everyone? Guys, have you understood this part? Current CCI security lab module, is this clear to everyone? Okay. Now you guys are good with your basics, like the initial confusions that you have in your mind, what type of certification you have to do, what pattern of examination will be there. All those things are clear now. So guys, tomorrow onwards, we are going to start our WSA. So if anyone is missing, they will also connect. Okay. Please connect sharp at 8 p.m. so that we can end our class on time. Okay. Don't delay. So tomorrow onwards, we'll start a WSA. Today's class was just an introduction. Okay. See you guys tomorrow. Take care.